Check out the progress on the horse barn. I got 10 of the 11 poles all set. One more to go. Digging this by hand is a major pain in the rear end. This soil on top, that dark clay, is very hard to dig. But I'll get it, no problem. I'll finish that hole probably this evening or tomorrow, and then we'll get all of these posts set. They're in right now. They have all the braces. I put the 8-foot braces on. They have the bottom braces. We got some horizontal and lateral braces. The horse barn is really taking shape. By the way, did you see my live show? This morning, my live show, I had a really good time chatting with everybody, and I announced a giveaway. I was sitting right here, by the way. During the entire live show, you could see my horse barn in the background. Right here is going to be given away. It's from the homesteadbox.com, and it has lots of goodies in it. You'll have to go check out the last 15 or 20 minutes or so of the live stream to see all the contents of that box. I pulled it all out, showed it to you, and talked about how we're going to do a giveaway. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to happen, but it is going to happen next Saturday during my live show. So if you want to be a part of that, you got to come to the live show and participate. I'll let you know then exactly how that contest is going to happen. I need to go ahead and come into the garden and harvest some green beans, and I'm going to give you another update. I know that the garden progresses a lot every day, and when I get to show you just a little bit every week, it's kind of fun to see how it's progressing. So let's harvest some green beans, and then I'll take you around and show you some of the things that are going on. There's a lot of beans just like this in the middle of this plant. So I'm going to get in there and get a good basket full of them so we can have them for dinner tomorrow. Look at the size of some of those, nice and plump. Those look good. We're going to put these with some potatoes and have green beans and potatoes. For those of us who still eat a little meat, we might throw some sausage in it. Looks like something got a little bite out of that one. That's not a bad little harvest for the day. I think that ought to feed the family for a meal or two. But I did say I was going to get a basket of green beans, which means I actually need a basket. While we're here by the green bean plants, take a look at some of these tomatoes up here. Those are looking pretty good. I got quite a few hanging in here. I got one turning yellow back there. Over in this bed I need to get carrots out, and I have lots of little tomatoes coming on in here. Those look really nice. I love small tomatoes like that, and it's very exciting. I have two melon plants, one on this side, one over here. This one is the only one doing well, the one over here, but let's show you what. Oh man, the chickens got it. I was really excited about that one melon hanging there. The moringa are still doing well, and if you notice, there's no more tomato plants over here because I finally got those planted in this bed over here. Let's go take a look. There's 6 tomatoes, 2, 4, and 6, hanging next to the cucumbers over here. This is a garden bed that didn't get used this year, and it was just sitting there with the leaves on top and getting nice and conditioned. So the soil looks pretty good. It was a little dry because it hasn't been watered in a while, but the soil structure looked pretty good. So hopefully these tomatoes will grow up and enjoy the shade from this tree and go into July and give us a little harvest after the rest of the tomatoes are finished. The squirrels are still wreaking havoc on Luke's little garden, but this morning we did pull out a squash from here. I'll put a picture, his Instagram picture on there to show you how proud he is of that. I think that particular squash was just hidden nicely under the leaves and somehow evaded being noticed by the squirrels. Squirrels, they are pretty much taking most of the cucumbers that are growing down on the lower side of this, but they've left a few at the top. You can notice one back here, and then there's let's see, I saw another one. There's another one right there. Over on this side they've left a couple here too. And I still haven't got all of these tomatoes supported. They're just kind of flopping on the ground, but they are doing well. Let's go ahead and get these tomatoes supported. I bought this black paracord 550 cord. It was on clearance at one of the big box stores, I think because it was the end of a roll. On both ends of this garden bed I have a T-post. I'm going to start on one end and you guys are sitting on top of the other one, but I'm just going to tie this paracord around and we're going to start weaving it through these plants and see if we can get them lifted up off the ground. I'm going to go all the way down one side first just to kind of lift it up. Wow, there's a lot of tomatoes on that one. You can't see it, but I'm wrapping this paracord around this other T-post, the T-post that you're sitting on. Pulling it tight. And now I'm going to pull these tomatoes up and try to weave around it like a basket weave. And we'll just connect this one to this T-post a few inches higher and go back and do the basket weave in the other direction on the other side of the same plants. And now that we've come down to this end once again, I'll just wrap it around. We're almost out of string, so that clearance piece of 550 cord was enough to do pretty much 3 wrappings of this. Remember, if you can't tie a knot, tie a lot. And there we have it. There's our paracord, and our tomatoes are now supported. Some of these that are growing down here will now be off the ground just a little bit. These are nicely elevated off the ground. It looks a little bit like a mess, but once these tomatoes start growing up again, it'll right itself. It'll look just fine. I really should have had that job done way sooner, but you know how things are. They just kind of get past you. I'm having quite the time fighting the chickens and the birds for blackberries. I get a few of them, but the chickens are actually coming up here and jumping on the blackberries, and they're breaking the canes. There will be a day when I have the chickens, either the chickens completely contained so they can't get out, or my garden completely secure so they can't get in. Maybe both, because I still do have to worry about the squirrels too. That's a baby pomegranate tree right there. It's kind of droopy, but I'm glad it's growing. My amaranth, I have no idea what I'm doing with that, but it sure looks pretty over here. I know you can harvest this and eat it, but I just have never figured out how. My horseradish is being decimated by caterpillars or something. I'm guessing it's caterpillars. It's still growing, but all the leaves are just completely eaten up. Baby fig trees are trying to give me figs. Let me show you those. Check these out. Right there. Got a few of those on here. I got some babies coming on here, and a few babies up here. So these trees are trying to give me a little fruit. I'm gonna have to check out my old videos because these 2 tomato plants right here, the shape of these tomatoes is very interesting. I tried to describe them to Todd and Candace. I went and saw them the other night, and I said that they look like little footballs. Let me show you. You see if you agree if they look like footballs. That's kind of football shaped, isn't it? Not a very nice football, but they're kind of pointy on both ends. There's quite a lot of tomatoes on those plants right there. I actually feel like I'm going to have a really nice tomato harvest coming real soon, as long as I can keep the pests from getting them. By pest, I mean anything that gets my tomatoes except for me. Let's check this round garden out. You can see I haven't done a very good job of keeping the ragweed from growing up, but inside this garden here, I have my volunteer sweet potatoes and my sunchokes. They're starting to poke up all over. I really thought they would have been already grown up by this time of the year, but hey, I'll take it. I almost forgot. Mama told me to put the silkies away, so let's get let's get a scoop of grain and let's throw it in there and see if we can get the Silkies to go home. We're almost out. Hey Silkies, you ready to go home? Come on. Here, chick. You girls ready? Good. Oh, hey Tiger Lily. How you doing, huh? I see you and Smokey up there enjoying the top of the coop. Are you feeling okay? You sure look pretty. Well, today was kind of a tough day to get much done. I did get some work done on the horse barn. That would consume most of my time after the live show this morning. And you know, most everything else just kind of got put on hold. The kids took care of the chickens and the animals, and I didn't do a whole lot in the garden. But that's okay, I'm getting the horse barn done. Please do check out the live show this coming Saturday, and whatever it takes to enter that contest and see if you can win that box of the homesteadbox.com with the axe and all the goodies in it, because I think that's going to be a lot of fun, and I really appreciate the community that we're building and being able to give you guys something back. I think it's a $100 box, about a $100 retail value. I look forward to seeing you throughout the week. Tomorrow being Monday, hopefully I get the Monday meetups video shot and edited and uploaded, and then also there will be more updates from the Daddykirbs farm on Wednesday and Friday, and then I'll see you again next Saturday during the live show. Thank you so much for joining my journey and enjoying the story. I love the encouragement that you guys give me in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. The thumbs up helps YouTube know that you guys like what's going on here, and I think it helps me in the ranking. Anyway, it's kind of fun for me to see. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon.